Hi there, and welcome to the meal planning video in the Rockin' Transformation. Today we're going to talk about all things meal planning. You've probably heard the phrase before, those who fail to plan to fail. I find that when I come up with a plan, I am more likely to stick to my healthy eating habits. In fact, sometimes I am so busy I don't have a choice except to use the little bit of extra time I have to create and meal plan my food for the week. Even if you're not busy and you have the extra time to meal plan, you definitely want to take advantage of these strategies because by meal prepping, you can save a lot of time to do all the things that you actually want to do and spend less time in the kitchen. Even though we already have a pre-made meal plan and shopping list in this Rockin' Transformation, I want to give you the tools and the knowledge you need to create a meal plan for yourself. I really want you to be successful long after you finish this e-course. Alright, let's get started. There are two key reasons to meal prep. First, it will save you a lot of money. This is because when you go to the store and you have a pre-made shopping list, you're more likely to buy only the items on your list. This saves you from overspending. And if you plan ahead and use recipes with similar ingredients, you can cut way down on your grocery shopping budget. Here's one of my favorite tips. You definitely want to buy foods in bulk if you can. There's places out there like Costco, Amazon.com, and many places have a local discount grocery store. Stock up on things that you need. You might spend a lot on your first week, then you have all of these foods ready to go for the rest of the month. Items you can save a lot of money on by bulk shopping are things like hemp seeds, chia seeds, or just seeds and nuts in general, greens, beans, coconut oil, powders like raw cacao powder, and even frozen fruits and vegetables. Second, you'll save a lot of time and a lot of stress. Taking a couple hours out of your day to prepare food sounds like a big chunk of time, but really it saves you a lot of time in the long run. Having prepared snacks and smoothie bags or the majority of your grains and beans cooked will make it so much easier to assemble your recipes. So there's a few different ways you can plan your meals. One option is to plan the night before. This strategy includes going through your pantry and your refrigerator the evening before and creating recipes based on what you already have. This gives you extra time in advance to prepare for things like dehydrating, which is really popular in raw food snacks, or soaking nuts and seeds, or even cooking grains and beans ahead of time to save you time the next day. Another strategy, which is what we focus on in the Rockin' Transformation course, is to create a weekly meal plan. This is great because you can take into account what you already have, what's on sale at the market, and items that are in season and less expensive. This also gives you the opportunity to plan, prepare in advance, meal prep on one day, and have everything you need for the entire week. Another option is to create a core set of 12 menus. This might take you a little bit of work in advance, but it's definitely worth it to have these ready to go. All you have to do is pick one and go with it. What's great about this approach is you can rotate your menus and substitute seasonal ingredients. In all of your meal planning and preparation, always go for foods that you enjoy eating. If you buy foods that you don't like, you're not going to eat them or it's not going to be fun. We definitely don't want to do this. By focusing on foods that you enjoy eating, you will greatly increase your success and you will feel so much better and satisfied. So there's different things to consider when building your meal plans. You'll want to create a meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks. For breakfast, my favorite go-to items are smoothies or fresh juice. You can also make raw plant-based cereals or even fruit salads. What I like about making raw like granola type cereals is I can put any type of berries or nuts on top and pour a little bit of nut milk over it and it's delicious. Awesome lunch ideas to consider are large salads, about 3 cups of greens with a lot of vegetables and nuts or seeds on top. You can also use gluten-free or raw tortillas and make delicious wraps. For dinner, also consider large salads, or if you're opting for cooked meals, definitely make sure you stick to plant-based, gluten-free, and dairy-free ingredients. There are so many recipes out there, the possibilities really are endless. If you find that you've eaten enough fruits, vegetables, and meals throughout the day that you're not very hungry at dinner, definitely opt for a fresh vegetable juice or a raw snack. An important element of this transformation is to listen to what your body is craving and what it needs. You also have a lot of different options for snacks. These include raw cookies, also smoothies or fruit juice, raw kale chips, trail mix, nuts, or just a piece of ripe fruit. When planning your meals, keep these tips in mind. It will greatly increase the likelihood of enjoying your meals. Make your food visually appealing by using a variety of colors. An easy way to remember this is to always remember to eat the rainbow. Another tip I like to use to make this process enjoyable is to decorate or garnish your foods. You can do this by using parsley or sesame seeds as a fancy little garnish, or drizzle sauces over the top of your entrees. It just makes it that more appealing. Another tip I like to use is to experiment with different flavors. Bland foods are boring to eat, so definitely experiment with different herbs, flavors, seasonings, and spices. And my last tip is to combine textures. An example of this is crunchy nuts on a salad, or using raw chips or crackers with a hummus dip. Food planning in general can feel very overwhelming, especially if it's a new concept. I'm going to talk about a couple different apps that I like to use for both meal planning and counting my macros, which simply means I like to count the amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fat that I get every single day. I do this to make sure I have a balanced amount of nutrients that I need. So my top 4 apps that I've discovered recently are Cronometer, Pepperplate, Lose It, and AnyList. Cronometer is around $3 or so on the App Store, but if you're an athlete like myself, you'll definitely want to count your macros and calories. I like this app because I can use it on my phone or my web browser. I also like this app because it automatically calculates my macros based on the foods I enter, and sometimes if I have a processed item like a bar, or if I buy nut milk at the store, I can use the included barcode scanner and it automatically enters it for me as well. Pepperplate is my favorite meal planning tool. It's an app that allows you to create meal plans, recipes, and shopping lists. You can even import recipes from online blogs. Because of the built-in capabilities for meal planning and automatically generating shopping lists, it's incredibly convenient. You can even share your recipes and shopping lists with friends. Lose It is another great food and workout log. I like this app because you can get a little social and you can comment on each other's progress and daily achievements. And then the last app that I mentioned is called AnyList. It allows you to create meal plans and shopping lists and share them with your friends or family. This is definitely helpful if you live with roommates or family members who are also assisting you in your meal planning process. It also has meal planning capabilities with a calendar. I like to suggest this app when planning large gatherings like holidays or parties. You can easily share it with your friends and everyone can decide what they want to bring. So now that we've covered what meal planning is, the different ways you can accomplish this, and some tools to help you out, we are going to talk about setting the stage. Setting the stage is crucial. Make it easy on yourself and start with a clean kitchen. Recruit one of your kids to clean the kitchen while you're grocery shopping, or clean it the night before. By making sure you have counter space and tools and everything washed and ready to go, it will make it so much easier and less stressful. A tip I like to use is to wash your blender and food processor in between uses. You can do this really easily by putting a few drops of dish soap and some water, turning on your appliance and letting it run for a minute and letting it clean itself. Then all you have to do is rinse it out in your sink and it's ready to go. The night before you meal plan, I highly suggest having any nuts or seeds soaked in advance. The way I prefer to meal plan is weekly. This way I can pick one day where I plan my meals and I grocery shop. And then that night, usually I look at my recipes and I soak any nuts or seeds or wash all of my produce and have it ready to go for the next day when I prepare food. And then on the next day is when I do my meal prep. I tend to find that when I grocery shop and meal prep on the same day, it takes so much longer. By separating the two tasks, it makes it a lot less stress-free and a lot more enjoyable. I really hope these meal planning tips and tricks help you to create a system that will give you success in this lifestyle. If you're wondering where to find recipes that aren't included in your Rockin' Transformation course, utilize a lot of free tools that are available. When I got started, I used Pinterest and I would search for raw food desserts or raw food dinners or fast raw food meals, and they have all these amazing pictures that come up, and it's so much easier to pick recipes based on what's visually appealing. Another resource I like to use is my library. I can go online and search for raw food cookbooks and have them put on hold and ready to go for me to pick up. I like looking at pictures. I'm a visual learner. I like to see what's in front of me, so this helps me a lot. This also helps my toddler because she can go through the same books and tell me what recipes she wants to try, which keeps her interested as well. If you guys ever have questions, I love hearing from you. Shoot me an email, post in the group, or send a YouTube video request on my website at loverawwithalicia.com. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.